Hello YouTube, my name is William.
And my name's Tim,
and this is The Green Reform. Today we are here to share Samantha Kirby's story, one of Tim's childhood friends. They grew up together, supported each other, and brought joy to one another's lives.
Here's her story. Samantha Kirby. She was my childhood best friend. She was a bit of a tomboy, not into makeup, dolls, or anything like that. She was more into cars, video games, and basketball. Most of the time, we hung out at her house. We would play Super Nintendo, Sega, and go swimming. In high school, she would pick me up every day, take me to school. I didn't have a car, and she was more than willing to come and get me. Looking back, I really looked up to her, even though she literally had to look up to me. Most of the time, we'd play basketball at lunch and after school here and there. She's always been there for her friends. She's probably the most selfless person I've ever known. Whenever anyone was having a bad day, she would always make it a point to cheer them up. She seemed to find happiness in making others happy, even when she was hurting. We graduated in the summer of 2004. I didn't have a graduation party, so after graduation, I went over to her house, and we played basketball. That was probably the last day I truly spent any meaningful time with her. After high school, we went our separate ways, as most kids do. Here and there, we would see each other or talk to each other, but we were growing up. I remember how much she loved kids. You could tell in high school she was going to be a great mom. 5 years after high school, in 2009, she gave birth to a beautiful girl named Alexis. Her daughter was her everything. Samantha was living life, with a beautiful daughter, family, friends. And then, in 2014, Samantha was diagnosed with stage 4 cervical cancer. A terrible cancer that affects more than 12,000 women a year in the U.S. She had to undergo intense chemotherapy and radiation. The chemo and radiation took a huge toll on her body. Loss of hair, weight, constant nausea, constant debilitating pain, and not being able to hold anything down. She had days where the sickness was so bad she couldn't get out of bed or eat anything at all. Yet, she attacked this disease head on, and kept smiling even when it felt like there was nothing to smile about. She fought for almost 2 years. On October 14th, 2016, Samantha lost her battle with cancer. Being diagnosed with stage 4 cervical cancer is devastating for anyone. Chemo and radiation took Samantha's life. Because of chemo and radiation, she had an inability to eat, constant fatigue, weakness, and the inability to spend any significant time with her daughter. There is scientific proof that cannabis can slow and eliminate cancer cells. At the very least, if it were an available option, she would have had a better quality of life throughout the entire battle.
We live in Indiana, and our neighbors to the north, west, and east have all legalized cannabis for medicinal purposes. In early 2018, when we attempted to do so, it failed in-house. What came from that was a committee to study and research the effects of medicinal cannabis. 33 other states have already legalized cannabis for medicinal purposes. What is the differentiating factor for the research that needs to be done for Indiana residents to get a hold of the same medication that is already offered to more than half of the United States?
We need you to share your stories. Without you, change doesn't happen. We need those elected officials, those people that are still on the fence and don't want to believe that cannabis is a true alternative medicine, to be educated. Without educating them, nothing changes. We continue to lose people too early.
And not even live well before they're lost.
Whether you live in Indiana or another non-legal state, we need to take action. Demand access to medicinal cannabis.
Demand a green reform. We at the Green Reform are looking to expand our buds. So like, share, and subscribe for more videos, content, and information. And until next time,
We are
the Green Reform.